I just watched Sister Sunshine. Now, I never watched Sister Sunshine because, I mean, I knew long ago that she was one of those absolutely insane type Christians. But since it was a response to Tommy from the Bronx, I went ahead and watched it. And it was her video, God Has Silenced Harold Camping, and where she claims, of course, that this stroke Harold Camping had was given to him by God. And I just had, there's too many things in there to ignore. I just had to address this thing. Sister Sunshine, let me tell you something. Number one, I just gotta say straight up, you're batshit crazy, okay? You are a nut bag. First off, let's just start with the whole gist of this. God gave Harold Camping a stroke. He's an 89-year-old American. That means he had 89 years of eating the American diet, which has been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt to cause strokes and heart attacks. 89 years old. I would say the stroke was caused by that. 89 years of eating shit. Okay? Not your God. Let's say your God did do it, right? What? You actually worship a God that does it? Wouldn't it be more kind for your God to actually just change the dude's mind? Doesn't he have that kind of power? Say, come to Harold and say, dude, you're wrong. You're doing this wrong, and you need to stop. And then Harold would be, oh shit, okay, yeah, I'll stop. No, but instead, he freaking kills a large portion of Harold's brain. You got kind of an asshole for a God, don't you? And then you went on with, you kind of just blathered for a long time in this video. Oh, meanwhile, you gotta love the whole I'm in bed BS motif you pulled with the freaking video. Quite annoying looking. I dig this, the almost, I guess, Amish bed clothing you have. Very nice. But again, batshit crazy lady. Harold Camping had a stroke because he was old and he was sick. He has clogged arteries. Your God really has nothing to do with it. I'd love for you to offer me some kind of evidence that your God did it. Let me tell you, if your God was so pissed off as you claim, you know, in the New Testament it says that that people that offer false prophecies should be stoned to death. Again, really nice religion you got there. If they should be treated so harshly, why did it take God 30 years to give this dude? You say, oh, he offered him 30 years to repent. Really? Come on. Come on. He just happens to have had a stroke 30 years after the first time he made one of his prophecies. And I mean, what if it took another year for him to have that stroke? Then you would have said, oh, he gave him 31 years to repent. Come on. You really just reach out there and try to grab a hold. All you Christians do this crap. You reach out and you try to grab a hold of anything. Had he got a penile infection, you would have said, well, you know what? That was God's will. God whacked his pee-pee. You know, no matter what happens, you would say, oh, that was God's will. And then, what I really got a kick out of, which I find funny, because us atheists always do say that, you know, the Dark Ages, where man, that span of time where man had no technological advancement, was because of the church. And you just added to that by saying, you know, oh, well, the sin here was that he used math. And you said it wasn't just numerology. You said math was pagan and that people shouldn't use math. You do realize that the entire universe functions on math. Without math, there is no universe. You do realize that, right? Everything that you do is based on math. That computer that you uploaded this on, that camera that you filmed this crap on, was all created by math. But yet math is pagan, and it's so wrong for him to use math. And then you come out and you also make the claim that he's making false prophecies because they don't agree with yours. Now, what if your maniacal God, who loves to have people stoned to death for making false prophecies, you know, does he stop to think maybe Harold truly believes this, and he believes he's working for the God, right? He's not trying to do anything wrong. In his heart, he feels he's doing right. So there is no intent of crime. Even in our judicial system, there has to be intent. So you think your perfect God doesn't even take intent into account? So if Harold Camping was doing, everything he thought was right, and he had intent in his heart to save people, to bring them to God and everything, but it turned out he was wrong, God says have him stoned to death? He has no mercy? Again, I gotta point out that your God is a dick. And for you to support that type of mindset, you're a dick too. And then for you to say math is bad and completely ignore medical science, that we know why this guy had a stroke, and to just throw everything into God's hands when you're not only a dick, you're crazy as fuck. All right? Wow.